Hey, welcome back to the Usable Marketing Podcast. I'm Ginger Zumeda, and it's Thursday. So I thought we would turn Thursday into thinking time. Thinking Thursday. All right, so by the way, shout out to Keith Cunningham. Super cool dude, a Texas man, which I always love, and a mentor. And he talks a lot about thinking time and how important it is to set aside thinking time at least once every week, maybe even a couple of times a week. I'm getting closer because can you hear the plane overhead? This is what I get for trying to work outside. Okay, it's fading. But what we're talking about is thinking time, so it's appropriate for me to be outside today. But here's what I want you to think about with me today, right? What is the real reason you're not moving forward in your business? In what area? There's always one area where we're not moving forward, but what is the obstacle between you and like that next level progress? And I don't mean like the task. I'm not talking about like an incremental little task that you have to do, but there's some big rock, most likely, that's keeping you between what you're capable of with your business, what you're really capable of in terms of how well you serve others. And what you have to do is identify what is that obstacle. So I've been thinking about that for myself lately. And, you know, truth be told is, and it almost is always this, by the way, is the obstacle is me. And part of the challenge that I've had in growing my business and going into new things is that I haven't always been able to keep my team up with me as fast as I want to keep growing. And I have very high standards in terms of who's on my team, and I expect them to think for themselves and not need me to do the ABCs. And sometimes that keeps me back from even trying to go into the hiring process. So for me, for example, just as a thought starter, I know that if I had more good people on my team, more people that really pushed me, right, that are smarter than I am, that have skills that I don't have, if I had more of those folks on my team, I know I could serve more people and help more people have breakout success with their businesses, right? I'd be able to serve in a greater capacity. That's probably the single biggest thing right now for me that's holding me back from the next level, and it's something that I'm working on for sure. But what I want you to think about for you is, what is that next thing? It might even be a small version of that. I remember, this is a shout out to Jen. She doesn't know I'm doing this. In fact, she's not going to realize that I'm doing this until she transcribes this podcast. But one thing that held me back for so long was I just needed an assistant, right? I needed someone who could help me with the day-to-day stuff. And thank God, several years ago, I found Jen. She's amazing. I'm not going to give you any of her details because she's mine, all mine. But she has been helping me with my business for the last several years, and I really couldn't function without her. So there's something that's holding you back. For some of you, you might be thinking just even about your funnel. Like I say this all the time, the enemy of success is obscurity. You can have the best product ever, but if you haven't built a way for people to know about it, if you're not actively trying to get people to come and consider your product, guess what? You're not going to grow. For some of that, I used to have a problem with sales. And I sat down with another member of my team. We were like, gosh, why don't we have any more sales? Like, why don't we have more business? And then we realized, oh, we're not asking for it. That could be a good reason. You know, so for at that point in time, it's because we didn't know how to sell ourselves, how to even go out and present what we do as an offer to anybody, nor were we even trying. So for this Thursday, what I want you to think about is, what's holding you back? What's the big obstacle? I'd love to hear it in every flavor. So if you would, please leave me in the comments. If you're looking at this on YouTube or Facebook, give me a comment, or shoot me an email, or send me an instant message, or get in touch with me somehow. But I'm really curious about what are the big things holding you back. And what would be great for me is knowing these, I want to start actually putting some of my Dream 100, which I'll talk about later, but some of my network together to actually talk about some of these things with you. So that's it for today. I look forward to the next one.